Throughout history, no animal has killed as many people as the Bengal tiger has in the 9 years of its life. It killed hundreds of people who attempted to get rid of it. No one could defeat it, not hunters, not soldiers, until it became known among people as the man-eating devil of Champawat. Before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss our latest videos. In 1907, in a small village in northern India, a young girl went out with 2 women from the village to gather firewood and food for the livestock. After gathering all she could, the girl grabbed her basket to head back. But before taking a single step, she let out a loud scream. Sharp claws sank into her legs, and a fierce beast bared its teeth. She tried to spin and climb the nearest tree, but the tiger pulled her back into the forest. Although the 2 women heard her screams, they couldn't move from their spot. Slowly, her voice faded until it disappeared completely, along with the girl. This was victim number 435 of the man-eating devil of Shambawat. In the 19th century in India, the war between humans and tigers was so brutal that you might believe no one would come out victorious, neither man nor beast. Over the years, the tiger killed over 10,000 people in India, but on the other side, humans killed 95,000 tigers. 80,000 of these were killed in just 50 years, from 1855 to 1900, with the killing sanctioned by the ruling authorities, who offered rewards to hunters for each tiger they killed. The origin of tiger hunting dates back to the Mughal rule in India, where they fostered relationships with local populations by organizing joint tiger hunts. With the British entering the game, hunting became a pastime of the elite, with everyone eager to participate. From soldiers to members of the royal family, it was even known that King George V of Great Britain took part in a tiger hunt in India in 1911, where they killed 4 sloth bears and 18 tigers in just 10 days. One of the tiger pelts from this hunt is still on display today at the Royal Albert Memorial Museum in Britain. In 1878, the British officially killed 1,579 tigers. Hunters often enlisted the help of local villagers, sometimes even forcing them into participation or killing them if they refused. But not every tiger shot at during these hunts would die. Sometimes they would get injured but remain alive, and that's how you create a human killer. Despite the brutal war between humans and tigers and the 10,000 fatalities in the 19th century, humans were never on the tiger's menu. Despite killing thousands, tigers never considered humans as their food source. Let me explain why. Tigers don't typically attack humans unless they feel threatened. If a tiger is scared and sees people approaching, their fear could drive them to attack. Additionally, farmers in those areas often carry sickles, which can be perceived by the tiger as a threat. However, these cases are rare. The real danger occurs when a tiger turns into a human eater, as we've discussed earlier. In hunting, not every tiger shot at dies immediately. Some may survive with injuries, meaning they can't hunt their usual prey effectively. In such cases, they start looking for easier prey like livestock or humans. This is not just about a wounded tiger. This is a wounded and desperate tiger with nothing left to lose, and it will hunt whatever it can to satisfy its hunger. There's a saying that a tiger that tastes human flesh becomes addicted to it. That's how the man-eating devil of Champawat was born. Despite being called the Devil of Champawat, which is named after a village in India, the story of this Bengal tiger didn't start there. It began in the lands of Nepal. While it's hard to pinpoint when this tiger first started killing humans, by the end of the 19th century, the villagers in the town of Rufal in western Nepal were terrified and horrified by the increasing number of disappearances. It reached the point where the tiger no longer targeted lone individuals. It began attacking groups. Even though a reward was offered for the tiger's capture and hunters searched for it, no one could find it. This tiger was unlike any other tiger they had dealt with before. It was cunning and intelligent, always staying one step ahead. After confirmed victims reached 70 in Nepal, authorities decided to deploy the military to stop the tiger. Despite the army's involvement and the efforts of hunters and volunteers, they couldn't capture it. However, they managed to force the tiger out of Nepal and into northern India. Once the tiger entered India, it settled near the town of Champawat. The same events that happened in Nepal repeated in India, but this time, people started taking precautions early due to the tiger's fearsome reputation. Villagers began traveling in groups, but that didn't stop the tiger from attacking. The rewards were increased, which led more hunters to join the effort. But like those before them, all attempts failed. That's when an Englishman, who had never killed a tiger before, arrived to take on the task. He wasn't an expert hunter. He usually hunted less dangerous animals, but he was exceptional at tracking animal tracks. Oddly enough, Before beginning his mission, he made two strange conditions to the authorities. First, the reward for the tiger's capture would be cancelled, and second, all hunting campaigns would cease. After the authorities agreed to these conditions, he began his search for the tiger in 1907. His first stop was the site of the last attack, where victim number 435 had been killed, the girl we mentioned earlier. When he arrived, he found the villagers in a state of fear and panic, afraid to even leave their homes. According to them, the dreaded tiger had been wandering between Bali and Champawat for a week, killing by day and roaring at night. The Englishman, who was called Jim Corbett, followed the tiger's trail to the site where the girl had been attacked. After analyzing the tracks, he realized the tiger wasn't a male, as initially assumed. It was a female. Female Bengal tigers are smaller and lighter than males, weighing around 180 kilograms compared to the male's 250 kilograms. A fascinating fact about Bengal tigers is that they have one of the longest canine teeth among all wild cats, with each tooth reaching up to 10 centimeters. And they're strong enough to carry prey heavier than themselves over long distances, sometimes over 1,000 meters. After confirming it was a female, Corbett continued following the trail to the next victim, who was the 436th. As he arrived at the village of Champawat, the villagers told him that the tiger had taken a woman and dragged her into the trees. Corbett armed himself and headed into the forest. But this tiger, the man-eating devil, was elusive. It managed to disappear into the woods by nightfall. Corbett knew that if he continued the pursuit, he would become the next victim. So, he decided to return to the village and prepare for the final hunt. He gathered a team of volunteers from the village and stationed them near the tiger's last known location. He instructed them to make loud noises to draw the tiger out of the trees so that he could shoot it. This method had been used successfully to hunt tigers for years. The loud sounds drove the tiger out of hiding, and Corbett fired his first shot, hitting the tiger, but not fatally. The tiger attempted to flee, but Corbett chased after it and fired again, missing. The man-eating devil of Champawat vanished from sight, but Corbett didn't give up. He followed its tracks until he spotted it, injured and angry. As Corbett raised his rifle, the tiger charged at him, but before it could reach him, he fired the fatal shot. And with that, the reign of the man-eating devil of Shambawat came to an end. That's the story. If you made it this far, give us a like before you go so we know how many people stuck around till the end.